Hey friends, it's JayRy. Thanks for coming back to the channel. Got an all new video for you right now, which is fun times at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, it's the newest, most expensive project that Disney ever created. And then as soon as it opened, it shut down because of COVID and everybody having to be on quarantine. But what a blessing and what luck that I got to experience it in its entirety before it shut down. And let's go back in time to when it was just being an idea of being constructed. Every time we come to the park, of course, and we take our picture here, this is our custom tile, right, at Disneyland Resort, which is super cool. And we instantly would go over to watch what they were doing in the construction of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. You can see cranes from Big Thunder Mountain. You can see this other giant crane from Big Thunder Trail. So crazy that Disney even allowed that to be seen for the time that it did. But hey, they got to build a $1 billion land, so, you know, they had to make things happen. With such genius, though, that they did start with the preview center, if you will, for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And the preview center was called Star Wars Launch Bay. Now, you could meet some characters in there. It was super fun. And once they put in the preview for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, I went over there with my friends Nick and Ashley. And here's what happened when we first got to see the preview.
All right, we're here in the launch bay to talk about Galaxy's Edge, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, opening in 2019 summer. There's no date or anything, but I know Luke Skywalker will be there. Ashley Hollaback said so. And Chewie? He might be there too.
Han Solo's a babe. He's the only reason we're here. Take your shirt off.
I prefer a straight up fight. Nothing that's running around, sneaking around.
So as you can see, we're totally into Star Wars and totally excited that this is coming. Here's a little bit more from our first visit.
All right, so we've got the model of Galaxy's Edge going here. So again, opening next summer. But here's the cool thing, 2 giant attractions opening there. They did not move Star Tours over, which is a really odd move. But 2 giant new attractions, nothing you've ever seen before, completely new ride ensembles, ride vehicles, things that we've never ever experienced before in the Disney universe. But this is going to be so incredible. You can see it from all over Anaheim too. You see it on Disneyland Drive, you see it on Ball, you see it all over on Harbor. This is so tall. It's going to be kick-ass. Star Wars is finally coming to the Disneyland Resort.
Then in the end of May 2019, it finally opened. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Anaheim opened. Well, partially opened. The whole land wasn't done, but they did get it started at least with one of the giant attractions, which was, of course, Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run. And here are all the stars and all the pageantry, which, of course, only Disney could have a grand opening like this. So I have to say, it's absolutely mind-blowing to be able to walk around Star Wars. Like, you know, if you've been a fan of the movies, like myself, my family are, you know, my friends, it's like, this is so unbelievable to be standing in front of the Millennium Falcon. To be standing close by Kylo Ren, stormtroopers questioning where you're going, Chewbacca walking around, Rey walking around. Like, they spared no expense on this land, and it feels like it. And it's a complete success in my eyes because you feel like you are somewhere completely different. They did such a beautiful job on this groundbreaking attraction and entirely new themed land. So let's talk about the first attraction that opened, which was Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run, like I mentioned. It's a great ride. It is really like a cross between Buzz Lightyear and Toy Story Midway Mania because it feels like a video game. Although you're flying the Millennium Falcon while you're playing this video game. You seat 6 people inside of it. You each have a different mission. You get points. You know, so there's a little bit of competition going on. It's great, it's fun, it's amazing. Do I love that there's only one storyline that you keep repeating? No. Do they need to update it in time or put some type of randomizer, which they did on Star Tours over time? Absolutely, they need to fix that. Now, I'm saying that because I'm a spoiled brat who's already been on the ride probably a dozen times. Most people in the world haven't been on the ride, so they don't know that it's going to repeat. But they do need to look at that moving forward. There is an excellent feature, though, that I'm very impressed with, which is the fact that when you take off in the ride, it knows when it's daylight or nighttime at Disneyland, and it affects inside the ride. So that is pretty clever. I got to give them credit for that. And please understand that any critique of a Disney attraction is based off the fact that we already know Disney is way ahead of everybody else. So, it's minuscule on, what they need to adjust. Speaking of which, case in point, look at the detail of how they've completely reimagined the Millennium Falcon. So we can sit here at the table where Chewbacca sat and C-3PO sat and Han Solo sat when they played that space age chess game at this table. So amazing what they did. All right, so Smuggler's Run, definitely a hit among everybody I know that's been on it. It is fantastic. Let's walk and let's take a look through the rest of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge as we head over to Rise of the Resistance. Now, Rise of the Resistance is the absolute marquee attraction, opened a lot later because it's so complicated. They had so many difficulties getting it open, and it opened very, very late. And because it opened so late, it means hardly anyone's been on it because it just barely opened. Maybe it was open 60 days, and then boom, quarantine hit. So the day I got on Rise of the Resistance for the first time, I went with my friends, Jimmy the Stud, Aloha Nick, and Ashley Hollaback. We went first thing bright and early, crazy early in the morning to get there, get our boarding pass. I'm not going to show you everything on the ride because I don't want to spoil it, but take a glimpse at this, which is by far Disney's most elaborate, most expensive attraction ever made, and it is a 10 out of 10. Take a look at Rise of the Resistance.
One of our top commanders will lead you.
Affirmative. Transport is ready. 9-Num and I shall personally see them delivered.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Welcome to the cause. May the Force be with us.
Commander Poe Dameron and a squadron of X-Wings shall escort us to the rendezvous point on Bakara. Roger, this is Blair.
Are you ready?
I don't know.
Oh my god, you guys.
Holy.
Again, I'm just giving you a tiny dose of Rise of the Resistance because I don't want to ruin it for you, but it will blow your mind. Absolutely will blow your mind. If you want to see a more thorough episode on it, you can look at my friend's YouTube, The Real Mouse Vibes, which, again, Ashley and Nick, who are in this video here, check out their channel as well because they have more on Rise of the Resistance when we were there all together. Now, when we got off the ride, of course, the other huge attraction, which is not a ride, but it is still an attraction, is the Cantina, Oga's Cantina, which is found in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And you can have alcohol. It's the only place inside Disneyland that the public can have alcohol. It is really elaborate. It's too small, but it really makes you feel like you're in the movie. Make sure you ask for the Tauntaun drink, which will actually make your lips numb. It's kind of funny, but it's great. Enjoy it. And that is going to wrap up our fun time that we had at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It's a bummer it's not open right as of the posting of this video, but it will be back and you will love it. So thank you so much for watching. It's JayRyWorld on Instagram and on YouTube. Lots more Star Wars videos, lots more Disney videos, all sorts of stuff. Thanks for watching. I hope you consider subscribing.